Chief Travis Griffith here with the San Angelo Police Department. I want to thank our members of the media for being here. It's important that you help us relay that information that we're going to put forth today to the public, and we really do appreciate y'all guys. We want to talk about two different events. First, the shooting that occurred at 9th and Chadbourn, and we're going to walk kind of chronologically through the timeline, so we'll start with that one first. On Saturday, September 20th, at about 8:15 p.m., San Angelo police officers were sent to 9th and Chadbourn. That was in regards to a shooting victim. Officers arrived to find a victim there, Angelo de la Rosa, 35, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was treated at Shannon Medical Center and later transported to San Antonio for further treatment. The suspect, Alan Helms, 34, was still on scene and he was taken into custody without incident. He's been charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. He's been booked into the Tom Green County Jail. This is still early in the investigation. I want to kind of highlight here too that the information is subject to change, and this is the best information we have at this time. However, it appears that there was an ongoing relationship between the victim and a third party. The suspect, Helms, arrived and confronted the victim and the third party. During this confrontation, the suspect fired multiple rounds, striking the victim. At this time, all known medical interventions have been utilized. Mr. De La Rosa is currently on life support, and there is little to no hope of recovery due to the nature of his injuries. In the unfortunate event that Mr. De La Rosa was to succumb to his injuries, charges will be upgraded in this case. Please join with me in praying for the De La Rosa family in these difficult times. Anytime you lose a loved one, a friend, a fellow citizen here in San Angelo, it's hard. And so we're struggling with this right now, whether or not that's going to occur. And so our prayers are with them. So we keep these separate. I'm going to go ahead and start with questions there. And know that some of these I may not be able to answer because we're working through the investigation still. Do we have any questions on this case? Okay, we'll move on to the next one. The next one occurred on Sunday at 2010 Greenwood. It was about 4:40 in the afternoon. San Angelo police officers were sent to a report of a shooting. Officers arrived there to find a 19-year-old shooting victim. The victim had a single gunshot wound. He is being treated currently at Shannon Medical Center and is currently in critical but stable condition. It's still early in this investigation, but it appears to be targeted violence on anything that we see here, but there seems to be some sort of suspect-victim connection. What we do know is that there was a group of individuals in the parking lot at this location. They were approached by a vehicle, and at some point, the unknown suspect or suspects fired multiple rounds in the direction of the individuals, striking the victim. We have some of the best investigators, but I will say that there's some lack of cooperation that's going on in this case. And so we're asking for anyone that has information to contact the police. If you know anything about the vehicle involved, the individuals who might be responsible, anything that you might be helpful. If you want to remain anonymous, you can contact Crime Stoppers at 658-HELP, and you just key in the word HELP into the numbers, and you can remain anonymous, and there's also, you're eligible for rewards of information that leads to the arrest. If you just want to report directly to the police, we ask that you contact 325-657-4351. And I will take questions on this case.
Will you go back over the car and kind of going more into that both cases, it would look like they were familiar with each other?
So the question is, want to know more about the car? Are they related at all?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so there's no relation between the two shootings on 9th Street and Chadburn. This was a targeted relationship situation on 9th Street and Chadburn between three individuals, basically. We're not naming the third party involved in that. Second one is appears to be targeted, meaning the victim and suspect knew each other in regards to the shooting on Greenwood.
Do we know the status of the victim on Greenwood Street?
On which one?
On Greenwood Street.
So the question is, do we know the status of the victim on Greenwood? Stable condition, but critical. Yeah. So we're hoping that will continue and he'll continue to get better. But as of right now, still listed as critical but stable.
Were there any other residents affected at the apartment complex, like with stray bullets or anything like that?
The question is, has there been any other people affected at the location? Not that we've had reports on. It appears like it was directly to these individuals. However, I will state that it's not lost on us that anytime you're in a location of residence like that you're going to have effects, right, of the psychological, of shots being fired at a group of people in your neighborhood. So we are aware of that.
And you have a lot of people right now that are kind of concerned for San Angelo's safety. What would you say to those residents? And are you guys going to have more resources out on the streets with all this happening?
Question is, what's the concern of the violence that's increasing, and what are we going to do as the police is the basic question there. Is that a good way of paraphrasing? I can tell you that we've been fighting for resources. This is not against any one person's fault, but we are understaffed. We've been working through hiring people, and that doesn't give us any excuse. We still work overtime. We've been on mandatory overtime. We're going to do everything we can to keep San Angelo safe. But it just has to be noted that we only have a finite amount of resources, and we're going to use those appropriately. So we have staffing at levels that were better than they've been in the last probably 18 months. And we have additional investigative crews that are our gang unit and our special operations will be looking at all angles on this. If we're going to find any type of gang or drug connection to that, we have a task force that we've created with the Tom Green County Sheriff's Department and the Texas Department of Public Safety. We'll push on any angle we can to help bring these subjects to justice, and we'll do the best with what we've been given.
What do you think the increase to the violence here in San Angelo?
Question is, what do you think is increasing violence in San Angelo? I can tell you that we've been walking through our crime data and comparing it to other cities, and I can show you that the earliest premises of criminology is that when you have small crime, big crime will follow. That's the simplest, succinct way to put it. And so what we've been seeing is an increase in property crime and other related crimes, and family violence and petty assaults and things of that nature, that you're going to see other assaults follow. That's why I've been asking for more resources, and I'll continue to do so. We'll find force multipliers with systems that can help bring cameras and drones and things like that will help us be able to push back appropriately. And we've been we have a great team that has found millions of dollars in grants in the last 14 months, and we'll continue to push on that. I would say that we see a connection to life doesn't seem to matter anymore. We don't seem to have, as a society, understanding that life has value. And I think in this case, acting in the moment in a relationship issue is one thing, which we've had plenty of times in San Angelo. It's a crime of passion, which is what we commonly see. And then we have another situation that is its connectivity to younger individuals in San Angelo, that's been on the rise. So I'd encourage San Angelo folks to have hard conversations with their kids and make sure that we're reinforcing that we need to have value for life and have a connection to our hometown, to treat it as best we can and speak up when we see something. I want to say I appreciate y'all guys, and if there's anybody out there that was watching this and you know anything about either one of these cases, we do encourage you to contact Crime Stoppers. It's 658-HELP, and if not, reach out to one of our investigators, call us at dispatch, whatever we can do to get the information. We'll be glad to take it and walk through it. If we get more information on this, we will do at least a written release, and I do ask that we all join together as San Angelo be praying for the De La Rosa family in these difficult times. And also the victim that's in the hospital. We just see that one is more, in another situation, more critical than the other. So in that is why we highlight victim grade for both. Okay? Thank you very much, guys. God bless you.